video, if you're watching this video, you're probably getting bullied, which I'm really sorry for, and I went for the same. So let me give you some advice. Okay, right now, after years of reflecting and looking back, one and only thing that I regret is not speaking up for myself. I understand that it might sound like impossible, it might sound unnecessary, but trust me, you really want to do that. And I understand that you care about how your classmates will look at you. I understand that you don't want to be the butt of the joke, but newsflash, you already are. Oh, no, I understand. Wait a minute. I understand. I was in that situation. So if you look back, actually, and you have some perspective, you already are the butt of the joke, and you don't want to make it worse. But genuinely, I understand looking back. I did not have the best parents. I did not have friends, and I was risking like being absolutely left out of the group. But I really, really wish that I came out to a teacher. There was a teacher that was really supportive, and she really cared for me, at least on a surface level. And I really wish that I spoke to her about it and explained to her that how it makes me feel. And I'm from a Slavic country, so trust me, if you live somewhere more to the west, you definitely are in a better situation. And I'm talking about like Slavic countries, and I still would do that. I still would do that, and I wish I did that. I wish I told my parent. I wish I told my mom. And we were not in a good relationship. And I was a kid, and we still were not in a good relationship. But you know what? I still wish I did that. There was a situation when I went to a taekwondo thing in school. So we had our extra lessons you can attend to. You don't get grades for that. It's just like you go there because you're interested in that. So I went to a taekwondo lesson after school, and it was my second lesson, and we ordered uniform, and my mom paid for it and stuff. But after that second lesson, I decided to change in the bathroom. I don't remember the reason. I needed to change in the bathroom. So I went there, and I was taking my clothes off, and there was a girl who was a daughter of the teacher that worked at school. That's why I feel like she was entitled and she felt like she's invincible. So she turns the light off in the bathroom. Yes, public school bathroom. And she closes the door. She was a fat girl, so she was much stronger than me. She was taller than me. Almost all my peers were taller than me. That doesn't matter. So she closes the door, turns the light off, and I panic because I did not sleep with my light off. That's how serious my fear was. So it was really scary for me. I think I like screamed a little. I'm not sure, but I ran with my basically I had a little, I don't remember, just something you wear undergarments, under basic, not a bra, definitely not a bra, because I was 9, no bras. Then I think it was like a wife beater thingy top, and I already put my bottoms on, and I was about to put my top on when that happened. This girl turns the light off. I run, I get the door, try to open it, but she's much stronger because, well, she weighs like 2.5 of me, I don't know. And nothing. I keep stressing, crying, shaking. I don't remember if I was saying anything, but probably like making sounds of struggle. I don't really know. And she opened the door and ran away, and I basically got free. Came out of the bathroom, and I was shaking, and I was crying, and I was terrified, and I realized that I have this very cool, very unique, very expensive, I was a fashion girly since forever. Well, in my country, uniform is a big thing, and we were supposed to wear uniforms, but my parents bought me like this only two of them I had. Expensive, good-looking uniforms. So it was like a button-up, but it had florals, and it had lace and florals here for this little thing that goes here. I don't really know what it's called. And it had like the sleeves were the same, so like the florals and do you understand how gorgeous it was? Yes. So I wanted to go back and get it. It was lying somewhere on the floor next to the toilet stall thing. I didn't. I was too terrified to step back because I was scared that she's gonna appear just out of nowhere. And basically, I went back to the class. I explained to them. She was not really a teacher. She was just there looking after kids who stayed after lessons. So I don't know what to call that. I don't even know what it's called in my own language. Let's call her nanny, whatever. I went to the nanny to tell her that she like closed the door and blah blah, and she told me to calm down and that we can't really do much since her mom works at school. And that's where I got like my spirit was like, I wanted support, I needed help, I was a little scared kid and I didn't get the support. And I just wish I just wish I could go back and I could make myself go to my main teacher, to some other teacher, and talk to her about that story. And then my mom came to pick me up and she was like, why don't you have top? Where's your button up? And I made up some lie. I don't even remember what the lie was. How I lost it, that I lost it or someone stole it from me because I left it unattended or something. Basically, I thought about this piece of clothing for a long time because it's gorgeous, and I really felt like I should have done better, and I really should have. I should have stood my ground, and I should have looked for protection, because you don't owe people around you, your classmates, that face, that mask. Oh, I'm better than that. They don't care about that. They don't care about you. They are bullying you. Why are you trying to play a goodie for people who hate you? Maybe they don't hate you, but they bully you. They don't care. They don't care if you cry. They want you to cry. They want you to be scared. They just want you, they want to like bully you, maybe hurt you. And you're trying to do what? You're trying to act in their interest. That's just not right. And I really wish I went there and yes, if I did that, I know 100% that the teacher or my mom, who had a very strong rage problem, would have gone to her mom, and her mom would have told her to do some shit. And yes, I understand that maybe there is always a risk that the situation can get worse, but it's never gonna get worse. Like, in my eyes, I feel like you just need to stand your ground and feel protected as a kid. That's all. I wish I did that, even knowing that, oh my god, I could be scared again that she will close me in the bathroom. I still was scared. Every time after that, when I went to that bathroom, it doesn't matter. I was in the 3rd or 2nd grade when it happened. I was in the 8th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. I was still scared to go to the bathroom because I was afraid she can close me in there. Like, I still had that fear. And I still have a fear of closing the doors in the bathroom because I'm afraid that I might get stuck in there. So I really wish, like, I was still scared. But it would change a lot if I feel like, especially now that I'm studying psychology, I feel like it would help a lot if I just talked to people who were obligated to protect a kid. And they would definitely help me. And I would not play by the rules of people who bully me, and that's what matters the most. Okay. That I also got bullied later at school. I would say it was 5th, 6th, 7th grade. It was really weird. It was a really weird situation. Just girls who did not really like me would gang up around my desk. There are no private desks in my country. There are double desks. And they were ganged around my desk, and there was this girl that I hated because she hated me. There was a random girl that we were kind of friends with a long time ago, my best friend and some random girl, and they were all ganged up there to just try, I don't even know, I'm trying to find a name for it. They were trying to scare me, I don't know. They were like, oh, so you came here, huh? So what's in your backpack? Like, you understand that they have some sort of like negative connotation, feelings, just they are negative towards you openly. They like throwing it in your face. So you understand that they are not here to be friendly, but there is nothing really happening, but you don't feel comfortable or safe, you know? And once that blonde tiny girl, when I left to the bathroom, turned over my backpack and threw all the shit out of there, and I just took it. Every single time they stood around my desk, I just took it, I just took it, I just took it. I was like, don't say anything, walk away. Don't say anything, walk away. That's what I did every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. I also kept being best friends with the girl who joined there. Don't, don't. Self respect who? Bro, don't. Don't do that. You're not being good to them. They're not gonna pat you on your head or tell you, oh, I'm gonna stop bullying you since you're so good to me. No, they will not do that. And you know what? You're also betraying yourself. You're also betraying yourself. It's wrong to not do that. I ended up in many situations like that, and I feel like I had many chances to stand my ground, but I did not. And I wish I did. So you need to do that. You need to think it through. You need to understand the consequences and be like, okay, I'm still gonna have the consequences of being bullied or this or this or that. But I can ask for the support from that person and that person. Either it doesn't matter if it's your older brother, if it's your sister, if it's your friends, teachers, grandma, mom, it doesn't really matter. Just ask someone. You need to protect yourself and to show yourself that you cannot be treated like that, because it sets the pattern for just like relationships in your life in general. You're gonna learn how to take it, and that's not good. You're gonna learn how to take shit. You're gonna learn how to take just open, just, it's not right. I don't know if you're interested in that, but there was also a situation when that girl that I wanted to be friends with told me that, like, asked me to go to her place, and we decided to meet in the yard, just somewhere close to her house, and we did, and we were on the playground. We were like 10, 13, I don't know, and we were talking. I was like, okay, when are we gonna go to your place? And she was like, when you gonna guess which building is my building? Well, I didn't know where she lived because I never went there. And I'm like, well, I don't really know, so how about you just tell me, we get it over with, and I just go to your place. And she was like, no, I'm not moving out of here. Like, I'm not going anywhere until you guess where I live. And I could leave, but I started having anxiety very early on, and I didn't really know if it was safe to leave because my mind played this scenario where I'm extending my ground, I'm standing up and leaving, but I felt like this girl could actually slap me or hurt me or run after me, or I don't even know. I was just taking it, and I guessed the building. We went over to her place, and I helped her with maps, and I don't even know why, because she kinda did not like me openly. So I just wish that I stood my ground openly, and it will really change how I felt in school, my anxiety levels at school, and what's most importantly, people who bully me after a while would understand that I am not the one to be fucked with, because I guess I was just a weakling. I was just a person who no one had my back, so I was an easy target. And I should have gotten my back, and I should have asked for support. And after a while, yes, it would definitely stop. And maybe I would find some new friends, because I was always looking for approval of those popular girls that we had in our class. And that is just so wrong, because I was always like, but maybe that's okay, but they're just like, that's how they act. But maybe I even brought them gifts from the country I went to. I actually met with them like one morning. I was like, I want to give you all gifts, and there were three girls, one of which told me to guess her building. That situation happened with her. Another blonde girl that I did not fucking talk to ever, and another one. And I brought them gifts from abroad. What for? That's a very good question. And I just wish I didn't act like that. I wish that I had enough willpower in myself to stand up for myself, because it's really important from a very young age. No one really tells you that. Well, listen to advice from someone who went through that bullying. So if you have questions, leave questions in the comments. I love you, and please always take care of yourself.